when when you thought I had my headphones off, were you saying Latino heat?
Latino heat. Latino heat. That Eddie Guerrero. Allah, I steal.
And it's
Allah, I steal.
and this is because of said mustache. I do.
Hey, I'm gonna press my microphone. Pick that up.
I look Mexican for sure.
I'm really surprised my mic picked that up because I was kind of just singing it to myself as I walked away.
Up, dude. Like, oh my god, bro. You stupid. I was like, this nigga's really singing Latino heat right now. Like, I can't hear him. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. He's like, Latino heat. Moments after, I was like, yeah, I've been told I look like a Mexican. I look like a sheriff. I look like somebody's sergeant.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a mistake. So what happened was my girl started doing my beard and she got it to a length. And I was like, nah, I want it shorter. Being a fucking man. I was like, I want it short. You're going to do it my way. Because every time she does it, she does what she want to do. And I mean, considering she's a hairstylist, maybe I should give her that knock. You know what I mean? But I wanted it done.
If she's going to do it, you should.
But I wanted it a certain way. And so I was like, go lower. She went lower, bro. It was a wrap. I was like, well, we just got to cut that shit off. Like, there's nothing else I could do.
Yeah.
It looked crazy the way it was.
Sometimes, would she be offended if you just started doing it yourself?
Nah, but I can't do it, though. That's the other problem.
What?
I'm not good with angles, dog.
You gotta learn.
I'm not good with angles.
We gotta get one of them. I know your lady got one of them little beauty mirrors.
Yeah,
with the light on it and shit.
Nah, we don't got one of those. You
gotta get one of those. I'll use the fucking beauty light. I'll use Emma's beauty light and just fucking.
Word? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, bro. It's like HD.
HD? What you mean? Like it zoom in on you?
Yeah, because it's like a mirror. It's like meant for it's like a beauty mirror. So like it's like a magnified mirror. So it does kind of like zoom in a little bit.
I got you.
So it does kind of like zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, we don't have. No, we don't got nothing like that. Let me go grab. Let me go grab a Truly. I'll be right back.
Oh yes, sir. Please do.
Tell them what we're going to be talking about today while I disappear first.
Are we live? Do we have people watching? To anybody that is watching, and if you're not watching, you should watch. But if you watch later, what we're going to talk about, a whole lot of shit today. Maybe, hopefully. I kind of want to get into the Spider-Man trailer again, as Sony may or may not have fucked up, and Sony Brazil specifically may or may not have fucked up.
Wait, who?
And our Sony, the Brazilian branch of Sony.
Why?
So if you go, I posted it on our IG. I'll go and post it again. Somebody discovered that on the Brazilian version of the trailer.
I'm sorry.
When they're all at that big end shot, when they're all jumping at each other, the Brazilian trailer, that shot is just a split second longer, and Lizard gets hit by something that isn't there.
What?
Like as he's jumping, I don't know how to pull up the video. I don't know if we can, but as he's jumping in the air, all of a sudden his head and his neck get whiplashed back as if he just ran right into an object. But there's no object there.
Lizard did, right? Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is news? Why is this news?
What do you mean, why is this news?
Is this a big deal? I don't understand.
This is a big deal.
Why is this a big deal to me?
It's a big deal because it's been rumored. It's a big deal because it's been rumored that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are supposed to appear in this movie. And nobody has, Kevin Feige hasn't talked about it. And everybody from Tom Holland to Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield have denied them being in the movie.
Which
obviously
denied this?
All of them. All the actors are denying that they're in the movie. That Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, the two other Spider-Men from the live-action franchises, are not in the movie. They keep claiming that. However, there's been allegedly. I mean, you got that picture in your buddy's group chat, right? So there's allegedly video of it. They're all very tongue-in-cheek about it, but they also just shut it down really quick. And to a lot of people, like, it doesn't make sense to pull in all the villains and to not have Toby and Andrew. But to me, it does make sense. Like, to me, I'm going into it, if they're there, they're there. If they're not, they're not.
Okay.
I'm not going to be disappointed if they're not in it. I'm going to be hyped if they are in it. Just because I think Tom needs his own send-off without kind of being downplayed by the OG Spider-Man. But also at the same time, since we are working with the multiverse and we are working with the old original villains and shit, it would be cool to kind of see like the three generations of Spider-Man all fighting on screen
Turn
together.
your mic. The fucking. Okay, you know what? Is this another one where I gotta be like, what the fuck? What? Why? They're being coy about it. They're being coy about. Let me make sure. The 2 additional Spider-Mans being in the movie.
Yes. Because I think it's one of those things that, like, they want, if it was, you know, because you know how it is, like, they try to make a big surprise and then all the internet sleuths, they break all the fucking news and shit like that, so it can't be a surprise anymore. So now I'm like, well, if they're in it, and that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that, and that's going to be a great moment for me. But if they're not in it, I'm not going to be like overly disappointed.
But you need to know right now before the movie starts?
I don't need to know. That's why I think I think it's funny because you know how Marvel is, right? They're so tight knit with all their shit, and they try to keep everything under wraps. And some goofball over at Sony Brazil fucked up and might have, like, because they very well could have just in that jump CGI'd out the 2 other Spider-Men. Because if you did you see it?
Yeah, man, I fucking glanced at it, but I didn't look deep into it. If somebody sent it as a meme,
no, you don't even have to look deep into it. All you got to do is just see that his head moves, but nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I could. I mean. People wilding. People are wilding. So who leaked it? Brazil, you said, would have leaked it? If that was the case?
Yeah, so it's like a big goof on their part because they edited on Sony's part. Because think about it. You're Kevin Feige. You have been trying your damnedest to keep all this shit under wraps. If they are in the movie, we are going to keep it so far under wraps that when the reveal happens, people are still going to, even though they expect it, they're still going to be surprised. And they go through all the effort of digitally editing out those Spider-Men and him telling, okay, this is where you cut the trailer to the next shot. This is where you cut it to the next shot. In this specific shot, you need to CGI this, or you need to change the background for that, because they've been known to do that for their trailers because they want to keep everything so secretive. They're more secretive than the fucking government. It's insane. And then all of a sudden, as you do the big trailer drop and like 35 million people watch it within the first hour, and somebody catches a mistake.
That's the motherfucker that ruined it.
A mistake.
Damn, let shit go, bro. Fucking Easter egg hunting ass motherfucker. Oh my god, dude.
That's how people are nowadays.
So annoying,
with these movies.
bro. Like why? If it ruined it for you, like let's say I was the guy that found it and it ruined it for me. Hold on. Like, think of it like that though. But
for anybody else,
inevitably they are.
No, because this is like a thing. Like people are expecting. It's not like all of a sudden this came out and everybody's like, oh, are there extra Spider-Man in it? This was like the nail in the coffin. This was like the confirmation, like, hey, we're like 99.9% sure now that we're getting the other Spider-Man. Where the rest of it was all like, we're pretty sure that they're going to show up because of all of
that's the best part. Not knowing. Hearing about it, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I heard about it. Nice. I'm like, okay, yeah, they'd be fucking sick. So like that's where I live.
Right.
And then there's other people that go, I gotta know. And I gotta know today. There's other people like that. And those are the motherfuckers, to me, that ruin it. Because of course they can't keep their mouth closed. It's gonna if one person says something on the internet, it's gonna go everywhere. That's just what it is.
But you should I know, but it's easy to navigate it to not like to me, like I still haven't seen the alleged leaked photo. Like it's not that hard not to navigate the spoilers. But also if you're
more of a nuisance,
not a complete
to have to go through the steps to eliminate.
But see, that's the thing. I don't even have to go through the steps to navigate it.
So when you're on Instagram, it just don't be popping up on you?
Because in my YouTube feed and my Instagram feed, I don't look for shit with spoilers in it.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Like it doesn't pop up in my right.
That's what I'm saying. So like just that random one could find its way into a person that didn't want any spoilers, and then oopsie daisy, you're spoiled.
Well, I mean that's just. Well, that's just.
But what is the point?
You can't. You know what I mean? Like you really can't be mad if you're out there searching through Spider-Man hashtags and you accidentally come across
who fumbled
a spoiler.
Who
you can't be mad at
the
that.
Yard or at the goal line?
Someone at Sony Brazil.
Sony Brazil fucked up by not doing a proper edit.
Because I thought it was bullshit at first. Because when I saw people reacting to it on Twitter, and on Instagram, I thought it was bullshit. Because I went back and watched the trailer that we watched. And I watched that same shot like 5, 6, 7 times, and I'm like, he doesn't move. Like some internet troll went in and like, oh shit, and edited that way. Like that was my immediate thought. Was that an internet troll went in and edited it that way because he knew it would send the internet into a frenzy. But then I looked deeper and everybody was like, no, it's in the Brazilian trailer. So I actually looked up the Brazilian trailer and sure as shit, it happens. So it's like, so you had a multitude of teams doing all of these, and somebody over at Sony Brazil fumbled at the 5-yard line because we're like on the home stretch here.
Has to be, dog.
I don't think so.
You are handling one of the most anticipated movies of the next, like within the next 5 years, and you fuck up and edit. Look, dude, listen, hey.
Look,
if you need help editing your videos, Jake will gladly accept the job. Gladly.
I really will.
You would not fuck up like that. That's what I'm saying.
That,
I wouldn't even fuck up like that, and I don't even edit that much anymore. Like, stop, dude.
But see, that's the thing, though, is that
somebody paid that motherfucker, bro.
I mean, maybe he did it himself. Maybe he did it on purpose. But I don't think a higher up at Marvel was like, we should do that. That's a good idea. I think a higher up at Marvel.
I think imagine the person doing it.
I think whoever was
giggling as they're doing it. Like that's what I like to imagine.
And then about 3 hours after the trailer launch, he gets a phone call. Oh fuck!
What do you think they're calling him?
Here we go.
Because he told his friends.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Like, bro.
Put it on speaker, bro. Put it on speaker.
They're just giggling, like they are, or they got paid a bag to do it. You never know.
But they fumbled the bag if it wasn't. And like that's the other thing is that like of course Marvel's not going to come out and say anything one way or another. They shouldn't be expected to either. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. We'll let y'all again wonder. Yeah, because people, it's like one of those things. Like I tell my kids, like we're gonna go somewhere, or I kind of like hint like we're gonna go somewhere, and they know we're gonna go somewhere, but I try to play it off like we're not. Like that's you know what I mean? Like that's what Marvel's trying to do. They're just like, we're like, come on, man. Like
for the kids,
we know, just just tell us that we're already going to Disneyland.
I'm asking you,
but we're like, no, I want you to see the gate. No, I'm asking you,
what's a good time for the babies? Where you go like, oh, we'll go here if you do this. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's the thing. It don't work like that for my kids. Because we got so much shit at the house. I mean, we got a bounce house, 2 trampolines, another like different like inflatable jumper. He's got like a mini 4. Yeah, dude, he's got a mini 4-wheeler. One of the trampolines has a basketball hoop.
Sounds like my Nana K house. I used to love going there, man. She had everything. Always.
Yeah, bro. Like we don't have to go. We really don't have to go anywhere. So I haven't like had a chance to bribe them with getting to go somewhere yet.
R.I.P. to Nana K.
But
I love you. And Grandpa. I hope y'all doing a good. I hope y'all having a good time. Papa.
Shout out.
But
that's our house.
That's what's up. Everything. Okay, but yeah, that's essentially what they did, bro. It's like who. To me, I wouldn't say anything if I was in that. If I was Disney or Sony, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like, it is what it is. I'm gonna speculate all you want, bro.
You just keep
do what you got to do.
It's just weird how I mean, for you to make that egregious of a mistake is kind of funny, and how it sent the internet into a frenzy. Because when it happened, I was like, oh, maybe they are. Because to me,
throw people off.
Well, and to me, I was just when it happened, I was just like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, okay, well then I guess then they might be in the movie, and then they were in the movie. All right, they were in the movie. To me, it's not gonna make or break.
And then they were in the movie.
Like to me, like it was just like to me, it's not gonna make or break. Like trust me, if they are like if they show up and start fighting, I'm gonna like be a little kid with my eyes just bugging, like 3 OG Spider-Man. But
tag teaming and shit. Ooh.
Again, if they're not in the movie,
this is a great way to set it off,
bro. It would be dope. But again, at the same time, like if it's just Tom Holland against all these villains and all this other crazy, I'm not gonna walk out the theater like the movie was trash. I didn't get to see my OG Spider-Man.
Which I've been playing. I got a PlayStation 5. Dude, I'm playing it remastered. The old one, bro. Yeah, the game.
The game or the movie?
That shit is fun as fuck.
Where you can't even go on the street?
No, you can go on the street. What you talking about? I'll be walking around all the time.
Which Spider-Man are you? Are you talking about the new game? No, not
Miles Morales.
No, I know the Peter Parker one.
Yes,
like the newest Peter Parker
remastered
one.
Peter Parker version.
Okay.
Where they changed the actor's face.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the OG Spider-Man like PlayStation 2 game where you couldn't.
I'm talking about.
You couldn't even walk on the street. Like your character, like if you fell to the ground, it would just like crossfade you onto the next building.
Actually, if you think about it now, like the ones where he like you can dive straight down and he'll like do like a roll off the ground. So it's like they couldn't find the happy medium, huh? Like if you fall from a certain height, like a huge height, you should probably either die or be mad injured, right? Like you would think. They said it's either he fucking rolls, does a somersault off like a tuck and roll off the cement after diving off the Empire State Building, or
if you push down on L3, he'll
didn't it? Hold on, actually, correct me if I'm wrong though. Like in the OG Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2, like if you were swinging and let's say you missed, it wouldn't even show a street, right? It would show like you falling, but then like a black pit. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like what
that was in the No, it was clouds. It was clouds, bro. It was clouds. Like you were like swinging, like, and then you would like fall, and it'd just be like these clouds and shit.
They went extreme on both ends. That's wild. Find the medium ground for me, Sony. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yep. Please,
bro.
That game is fun though. To just swing, just free swing through the city and shit.
A straight up blast. I'm learning a lot about like Spider-Man and like the villains and shit. Like there's some pretty cool storylines. Like, oh wow, like these are really dope and like things that I could see happening like in the future type shit. like maybe that they pull from. Yeah, like get inspiration from. It's real dope. I'm
Yep.
excited to finish it up and then jump to Morales. But
Yeah, so I think like to me, I just thought it was funny how it sent the internet in a frenzy and how Marvel could really fuck that up. Like you really
okay, stop. You're doing it with the eye. You're doing it with the eyes
like
where you're like
you
looking
really
at them in
fumbled that
disgust,
one,
and I
huh?
hate when you do that. Yeah, you look at Marvel with disgust quite a bit on this podcast.
Me?
Go back over our shows. You can.
No, I just look at it like, damn, like you, like damn, like you, like it's not even disgust. It's more just like how'd you fuck that one up? Like how'd you fuck that one up? How did you miss that?
I want this same energy when the DC.
It's not with disgust.
When is the first one? And what is the first one? Clear disdain every time.
Hold on, what is the energy? Because are you still? Yep, are you really still mad at me because I thought Eternal sucked? Because I've moved on from that.
I'd be muttering under my breath.
I've moved on, dude. We've got Hawkeye.
You should see me,
dude. We got Hawkeye in like 2 days.
No, fuck you, dude.
Hey, Latino Heat, drop it.
No, I'll never let it go. I will never drop
God.
it.
Drop it.
No.
That movie lied, cheated, and stole.
I just want
Eddie Guerrero'd us.
Shout out to the AMC that gave
me story.
This Eternals notebook. I really appreciate it, y'all. It shows all the covers. It comes from all the it shows all the covers.
They gave you a Lego notebook
from their magazine or from their things back in the day. That shit. You
can't
get one because you're unappreciative.
I mean, look, dude. Everybody is entitled to their shitty opinions, mine included.
The way you're acting with this Marvel.
No, I didn't get one because my theater fucking sucks. But that's a whole different story.
Like your face when you explain it, you have this look of disdain or just disappointment. But you don't look like that. You never have that with DC. You never have that glow in your eyes.
Because I expect better.
Go ahead.
Because let's be perfectly honest here. If we're being 100% honest, you want to be 100% honest about this. The MCU, as of movies right now, since 2008, the MCU are the New England Patriots, are the Golden State Warriors of the fucking comic book movies. DC might be probably like the Minnesota Vikings, or they might be like the fucking... They haven't hit a home run yet. Let's be perfectly honest. They haven't. So no. No, you have not hit a home run yet. I'm not going to count the Snyder Cut as a home run because that whole thing was botched. And there was so much had to be done to get that fucking movie done. That was just like a treat for the fans. But I don't consider that a home run because it wasn't part of like the DCEU experience of like going to these movies. Is that because so when I look at Marvel, I'm like,
how much of that is because
I have a different energy because I have different expectations.
Imagine if we went to go see the Snyder Cut in the movie theater. It would have been so dope. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Oh, it would have been awesome.
I can't stand with
but
you.
But I take the Snyder Cut as a
you do
as just like a separate as its own.
DC. It's funny,
you know thing
like it's above DC.
I do because they fucked up that whole from Man of Steel. Like once they got done with Man of Steel, they botched that whole fucking thing, and they did absolutely no world building like Marvel. Marvel did a wonderful job in the first 10 years,
right,
of doing great world building and bringing these characters to life and making them feel like household names and shit like that. And DC just rushed it.
Expect greatness,
so I don't have the same. I don't have the same expectations.
I get that. But wow, dude.
Exactly.
I see.
You know what I mean? But like to me, like them botching that trailer isn't. And like, I'm not like throwing my hands up in the air saying that Marvel is completely done. It's just more like, It's just like it to me.
Yeah.
Like it's just more like a funny goof.
publicity.
It's just like,
At
oh
the end of
man,
the
they
day,
really
it's publicity,
like they
let's
did
be
that.
honest. So
Somebody
it's
caught
not- it's
them.
not like
Somebody
it's
caught
gonna
Marvel
be
with their
bad.
pants down.
It's gonna get people to go see it. I mean, it's gonna be their hype movie for like years to come. I think.
No,
Until
no,
Black Panther 2, I think Black Panther will show up for that.
right. Like, okay, right. It's like, if you ever like has your lady like ever tried to like hide your birthday present or hide a Christmas
No, my
present, and you
mom.
end up
I did
finding
with
it, and you're
mom.
like,
Sorry,
oh,
mom, but I used to.
you
see
hid it
those
there?
in the
Like, come
house.
on. Like,
And I would open them and then
Yeah, right.
retape them.
and like you knew, right? And then you act shocked and surprised when you woke them up when you opened them up, like, oh yeah, I got what I wanted. That's kind of how I
We
felt
told
about
no,
that.
for
Like,
sure.
kind of got a peek. Like, we turned the corner, and it's like
And I think that's the beauty of
we
this.
don't. We don't know for sure.
It sucks that somebody did it in the first place, but the beauty of it
Yeah.
is now that it really throws you off the track, the scent. It throws you off. There you go.
Mm-hmm. What's more egregious, the to you, the lizard slip or the photo?
Probably, yeah. I was gonna say the photo because that shit.
See, I think the photo is
like,
more egregious.
Really though, if you think about it, you see this like, you see that meme
That's
in
fucked
real
up.
life where the Spider-Man's point at each other, like that famous meme. Like,
Keep
you
that
see
shit to yourself,
in real
yeah.
life. Them getting ready to fuck something up together, like
Yeah.
that would be sick. That would be so sick. So yeah, like I could see,
Right.
you know, like keep it to yourself is right. But again, we don't know how it got leaked. We can't really fully put the blame on them, but also
Mm-hmm.
if their editor really did fuck up, it's
No.
like, okay, come on, be better, be clean.
Right. Right. And I could understand, like, because again, like to me, like I'm here for the movie one way or the other. I think this is going to be the best movie
Wow, you're putting a lot on
since
this, man.
Endgame, maybe since Infinity War.
You're putting a lot on the shoulders of that movie, but you think it can deliver though? But here,
But I think
then
it can take it
here-
because I think what they've done.
my worry with you, and thank God you haven't been reading. You're not going to read any reviews, right? You promise? Okay. No reviews, no Rotten Tomatoes, no whatever, no headlines, nothing. We're gonna go see the movie. But my fear is you're putting so much on it that it's not gonna live up to Jake's expectations, and then we're gonna be in here arguing again.
Oh, it's going to live up to my expectations.
All right, I like that.
No, it's going to live up to my expectations.
Positivity.
Because because if I'm being perfectly honest, see, like you are really hung up on this Eternal shit, because the Eternals is the first thing
like straight
that I have actually not liked
It's
in
the-
the
it's
MCU
the-
since.
the reason.
Well,
why-
actually, since Black Widow.
it's the reason.
So it's been 2 movies so far, but the TV shows I've enjoyed. I enjoyed
Did you enjoy the
Shang-Chi,
TV shows, They
and
were
I know
good,
I'm going to enjoy this.
right. They were.
I did. I didn't enjoy the TV shows. I
Loki
wasn't
you
getting
did,
up
for sure.
at fucking
Loki.
1 o'clock in the morning to
We
watch them.
both were on Loki like that.
Loki, I loved. I was up on Falcon and the Winter Soldier until you and I started talking about it more and more, and the more and more I let it sit and stew, the more and more I was like, that was a good show, but it was a backyard barbecue story.
When you say that,
Like it was a good show. It was a good show, but we're not going to hear anything about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier until like 2025.
Develop all the characters. You know what they're doing. Young and better.
Exactly. So you just gave me the show to just kind of like, you know,
Like a little whiff.
like, hey, here they are, and then we're gonna forget about them for the
It's
next
not
4
done,
years.
baby. You know how when your girl's cooking,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a backyard barbecue story.
You know how
like,
when your girl's cooking,
are we gonna go back to Sam and Bucky's little boat?
And she go, damn, that's
Yeah.
good, but it ain't cooking. It ain't done cooking.
Yeah.
So they're giving you little bits and tastes. But you so greedy, you're
Yeah.
You're Oliver Twist.
So then what's wrong with me saying it's a backyard barbecue story, bro? I do want more.
Hilarious when you call it that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just funny. And that's why I hate it. That's me. Backyard barbecue.
You hate it because you didn't come up with it?
Funny. Like, it is funny. But you can explain the show a different way. You don't have to be a backyard barbecue. And they were only in the backyard one time. And there was only a barbecue once. And there were two separate events. It's the fact that you put them together.
No, they were in the back. Weren't they in the backyard? No, or trying to be? No, they were in the backyard a couple different times.
Porch a couple times.
No, the second time he met up with Black Cat, he was in the backyard.
Anyway, you got me saying Blackyard, and that makes me angry. You got me saying Blackyard barbecue. So racist. So racist.
That's you. That's on you. I said backyard. That is on you, sir.
All right.
Just because you like to get racist mustaches and make racist comments.
It's true, man. This is a racist mustache. Guarantee. 100%. Wow, I can't get Blackyard barbecue out of my head. Did that say Kevin Durant? He's the producer of the show. Anyway. Go back. I want to see. Go back. Go back. It's a new Apple television show. What's it called, Christina?
Oh my God.
The Morning Show. Did Kevin Durant really produce that?
No, he probably got his name in the production company. Like, he probably got a stake in the production company, and so they give him his, they throw him his name in there.
Okay. Okay, now I'm excited about Hawkeye. And I've gotten excited recently.
I'm super excited about Hawkeye.
I've recently gotten more excited about it because of Kate Bishop, and I know a little bit more about her character. I was doing a little reading on her. She's pretty dope.
We're gonna go Young Avengers. I'm excited. It should be good, and I like Jeremy Renner.
We are.
Clint Barton was underrated. Clint Barton, the Hawkeye, he's underrated.
Yeah, he is. He is.
All that lingering. I want to know where he got his hands on all that Stark tech.
I haven't read into the trailers too much.
I saw when I was watching Monday Night Football. I had Monday Night Football on the Monday Night Countdown, and they show because Disney, ESPN. They actually showed a TV. They showed a TV spot for Spider-Man, and I think they showed a TV spot for They showed a TV spot for Hawkeye. And just like I was like watching it, and like just in the trailer, quick, it just shows him putting arrow tips together, and it's all Stark tech. Like the arrow tips all stay Stark.
Maybe Stark left it for him. A little gift.
Maybe. Yeah. It's like another interesting like how he still is planting seeds throughout the MCU and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a major like spoiler plot point. I just kind of noticed it as I
now
watching TV on the side.
So I'm on like issue number 6 of Young Avengers, and it's Kate in there.
Yeah.
So she in the comic books, she was at the Civil War. That's so dope. I wish they would have did that in the movie. Yes. I don't think that would have been. Maybe it was just too young. Maybe
too young. Yeah, within the time frame a little bit. It might have confused too many people. Too convoluted. Because if you
talking about Kate Bishop for people,
because it. Oh yeah. Because it would have been fun to see fucking if you could have fit all the characters in there somehow.
That would be.
Minus the X-Men because you couldn't get them at the time, but holy shit.
So from what I know about her, I wonder if it's going to be the same. She's rich. She comes from.
It sounds like it. Oh god damn it! What's her? What is the what is the Vera Farmiga? I can't remember her character's name now. Madam Mask is played by is Kate Bishop's mom in the show. I don't know if that coincides correct with the comics or not. I don't think that is the case.
I hadn't seen like her lore, like her backstory. She was already in the Young Avengers, so they didn't talk about her mom at the time. Well, yeah, they did. But they haven't, because I'm at the part.
And you know what?
America said he's going to tell them. Ooh, and then I find out Eli Bradley, Avery Bradley's grandson.
Yeah,
Patriot
is
in the comics. He's taking the serum. He's taking it. He doesn't have powers. That is very interesting to see how they introduce him, because remember they introduced him. They showed a glimpse of him in what is it? Winter Soldier? What is it? You know,
he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. So it's going to be interesting to see like how they play that one out. Like, does he have the powers, or does he end up taking?
That's right.
That high. What is it? That V? Maybe he got a hold of some V. V.
Some what?
The one that makes gives him super soldiers here. The one that all the little.
The V stuff that was from The Boys.
It is from The Boys. Great show as well. Great
crossovers
show as well. No, what is it called then?
Oh yeah, it is. My boys. I think they just called it the Super Soldier Serum.
In Falcon, I don't know if Soldier, that's all they refer to it as.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I think,
or just the serum.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how they introduce all of the characters, because that's going to be fun. I mean, again, I guess kind of already introduced Eli, but like, you know, when he steps into his real shit.
What if he gets it genetically passed?
That would be dope. That's what the assumption is. Even in the comic books, that was the assumption, and then they come to find out.
Because that would make the most sense to me, is that it'd be genetically passed. But
if not, I mean, he could also use the serum. He could get the serum. I mean, they clearly make it.
Right. Yeah. They get their hands on it. So it's gonna be
interesting. I just thought sorry. That's where I'm at in my comic book reader.
No, because
I was a little excited about it.
I just remember too that Yelena's gonna be in the show.
Who's Yelena? I can't remember.
Because I forgot. Because remember at the end of Black Widow, she gets given the tablet with Clint's face on it.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
So
a little couple battles between.
That'll be interesting too.
A couple of battles between her and Kate. Ooh, that'd be sick. That'd be fucking sick. See what Kate's stand-up look like. Ooh.
Bro.
You know that's happening. Oh, when does that show drop? 2 days? Boy, I can't wait.
Yeah. 2 days. I think the 24th.
Yes, sir.
So Wednesday.
Yes,
so
sir.
2 days. Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
And then I'm also there was something else that I was very curious about with that show. Because I wanted to see how many episodes we were gonna get. And I noticed that between the penultimate episode and the season finale, Spider-Man drops right in between all of that.
Of the final episode of Kate or of Hawkeye? And what else?
Yeah. Like between those weeks.
And what else?
Between the last two episodes.
Between the last 2 episodes. Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little.
So like, we're gonna get funky. Like I wonder how it's gonna affect it. You know what I mean? Because they take place around the same time as well.
Maybe they have a little like a little crossover. Maybe.
Yeah. Very, very. I'm very, very interested.
That'd be dope. That'd be cool.
I'm kind of sad to see. I mean, like if he goes and he's done, I'm gonna be
Okay.
sad to see him go. Yeah,
I won't be. He's cool, but I won't be sad.
you won't be. I kind of missed this. I like this character. He kind of was.
I think they bring him back in his show and show us what he did during his Ronin days.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Like maybe.
I think it'd be too violent. I don't know if Disney would want to go that route. I think it'd be too violent.
A bunch of people. Well, I mean,
I don't know if Disney would want to go that route.
A bunch of people in the when he killed all those samurai people.
Oh, he slaughtered those people in the middle of the street.
Slaughtered
with like no hesitation whatsoever.
Right.
He slaughtered those dudes.
But I think that would be a dope. It kind of leads me into the Spider-Man game because there's that mission where you're MJ and you're looking around the museum and then the demons come and they all, you know what I mean? But before that, you're looking at all this like samurai heritage stuff, like weapons and stuff. That would be. I wonder, like, if took part, like,
all Mr. Lee stuff,
into that and started rolling with them or some shit, and like that's where he got his Ronin character type shit. It'd be interesting to see how they do that, if they do that. But yeah, I'm not,
also, maybe see a Kingpin.
Yeah, like I could definitely see it as a TV show, bro. I definitely could see it as a TV show. I don't think it's that violent. Like it is, but it's I feel like it's no worse than like a Luke Cage. They could do like a Luke Cage route, just better. You know? Yeah.
With Ronin?
Like, those dudes are pretty evil. Like not evil, but like bad. They're villainous in Luke Cage. And then the worst one is Jessica Jones. That nigga that can control minds, bro. That one was scary. Low key.
Yeah, I wonder why they haven't brought those guys. I mean, it probably just convolute the universe too much. I don't.
Where they all supposed to be two separate entities?
They were supposed to. It was because I mean, like it was basically the same thing that happened with Agents of Shield. Okay. Like Agents of Shield was supposed to be, Agents of Shield was supposed to be like a filler between movies. So it was like supposed to be like what was going on with Shield, like boots on the ground. We were gonna get like boots on the ground type action in between like, you know, big blockbuster superhero movies. And then somewhere along the way, Sir Whedon said fuck all y'all and bailed on the project. And from that point on, it kind of like went off the rails, and now it's not deemed part of the MCU. So, according to Feige, it's not part of the MCU. Even though it had Coulson in it. Huh? A big waste of time, dude. That's why I quit watching. I was like, oh.
Only Agents of Shield?
And
only?
I will say this. This is the one thing I do agree with Joss Whedon on, that I will give him his props on. For basically standing by himself, like, because he was pissed that they brought back Coulson. You watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., haven't you? Have you seen any of that?
Enough to know a little bit.
Did you like watch the first season?
I feel like I watched it.
How they like brought him back to life with that weird project, whatever. So I guess he was mad about that and it makes sense to me because then it kind of takes away from the impact of his sacrifice in the Avengers.
It's true. But that's one of those, don't you think they were just trying to play to the fans? Yeah,
they're trying to catch that bag. Because people love Coulson.
Love Coulson.
And so like that's why it was so heartbreaking to see him die in the Avengers, and then all of a sudden he gets brought back and people loved it, but Joss Whedon was kind of like, dude, like you wrecked the whole point of the set. Like you wrecked that whole moment.
I get it.
Like that we worked like we built that character up from the first Iron Man and like, yeah. So like, I got where he was coming from on that. So from like season 1 on, he like quit the project. He's like, I'm done. I'm not doing this shit. And it kind of like went off the rails from there. But what do you do? And then the same thing happened with again, we're going back. this is a whole just long bullshit ass story as to why, like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, the Iron Fist just like disappeared out of fucking nowhere. Did he even get a season finale? I'm pretty sure they just like cut his season short. I quit watching after like 3 episodes.
The acting was so bad.
It was some butt. It was some butt. But no, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil was really fucking good too.
So all of those don't matter anymore, is what you're saying?
They should. I don't know. It hasn't like been confirmed.
Just, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just that one doesn't matter.
Just Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't officially exist. In my mind, the Netflix ones do exist. They're just isolated incidents in the MCU.
See.
So.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
But with that being said, I am excited for Hawkeye.
She seems like a really dope character and a very important one for the Young Avengers coming up. You think people will be as engaged with the Young Avengers like they are with the old Avengers, though? I don't think so.
No.
I was just thinking about that earlier today. I think the watching is going to go down. Unfortunately.
I think, yeah. Well, and yeah, I think it's going to go down. I think you're still going to get people that are still going to watch, but they're not going to watch with like a vested interest. They just want to see what. Yeah, like they just want to casually keep watching along. I don't know if you're going to have a whole lot of people with a vested interest anymore.
Because again, I don't know, like you were saying, it's just like it depends on how dark they go with it. But because I mean, in the comics, that's pretty dark. I mean, they fight Kang the Conqueror, like that's one of their biggest foes, and you've clearly see that they've set up Kang the Conqueror for the future,
right?
But again, we don't know for sure, man, and it's just
right. Well, again, I think my main concern with the MCU moving forward is I want more, but I don't want too much.
You act like a bad bitch. That's you. You a bad bitch. Bad bitch. What was you?
Like, well, no. What I'm saying, like, because we talked about this before, like how like we're gonna get to like I don't want to get to a point where we go to the movies and we see something happen with a character and they start talking about this character and we're like, well, where the fuck did this person come from? And then we go home and find out, oh, it's because we didn't watch this animated series that was for kids on Disney XD. That's the only thing I don't want. Keep it streamlined so that it's easy to follow. Because if you're going to get into the multiverse shit and you're going to get into all those characters, and I have faith that they won't do it. It's just like a fear that I have.
I think that's an honest fear. That's an honest fear.
Yeah.
Because I mean, didn't they kind of already do that with the Star Wars shit?
Yeah, it happened with Star Wars. Remember, I had to go back and watch all that Clone Wars shit.
It's too much.
Just to figure out what the fuck was going on with the Mandalorian.
And those are that's a long season, bro.
It's like 8, 9 seasons. Some of it is really bad to watch. Yeah. Feels like a chore. Yeah, that's.
You're not lying.
It's just it's like a deep-seated fear because I saw it happen once.
That's cockiness where you think, oh, they love it so much they'll watch this fucking just children's show. That's a lot of cockiness.
Yeah.
Out your mind if you think for 1 second.
Yeah.
I mean, some cartoons are good, but I mean, those ones they were not it, dude. They were hard as fuck to watch, low key. Honestly, not even low key.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I do see what you're saying. I don't think they'll do that. I mean, nah, that's because that's a reboot and because they kind of fumbled it at the beginning. My homie always tells me that.
The only reason why Wolverine animated was so bad is because
that's a terrible impression of him. Only reason I'm not good at impressions. Sorry, Rachel. But my boy Dez, he always talks about it. He's like, they messed up with the storytelling of the last 2 seasons or some shit with Wolverine.
Oh, for the X-Men 97?
So he
Yeah.
He will never forgive them for that. It's hilarious.
Oh, I mean, it was what I honestly. That's the thing. I didn't notice it until I actually rewatched it as an adult.
Really?
So it doesn't bother me, and the fact that they're bringing it back, I'm like, well, that's cool. But I didn't
But I was
need
gonna
it.
say, I just don't think they're gonna go that route because they don't really make that many cartoons anyway now. Like, I mean, they do, but you could clearly tell their cartoons have nothing to do with the MCU. You know?
Well, because they're doing the Spider-Man freshman year.
Yeah, and they did say that the first multiverse, or they did say the first Spider-Man had to do with the MCU, didn't they?
No, not the first Spider-Man. They're gonna do like a Yeah, Tom Holland wants him to move on to Miles Morales because I think he's done with being Spider-Man. Yeah, because he's like 25 right now, I think, or something like that, and he just said it like in an interview. He's like, I don't want to do Spider-Man until I'm 30. He's like, that's just not something I want to do. If I'm still Spider-Man when I'm 30, I'm doing something wrong.
That makes sense. Good for him.
And I think he's done with. I guess he openly talked about how
cool
like
ass nigga right there, bro. That's a cool white boy, Tom. He cool as
oh yeah, but he's not voicing himself in the Spider-Man animated series that they're doing.
Really understand. He's like, I gotta take a step back, bro. If I commit to this, I'm gonna commit for a while. He's like, nah, I just gotta make that decision, man. I applaud people that are like that.
Mm-hmm. He's like, look, man, I made my money. I've done my press tours. I'm fucking 25.
Well,
like, let me live, please.
In the woods somewhere and do what we do.
Yeah, dog. Live off that Dune money. Live off that Spider-Man money.
Yeah, live off that Dune money. But yeah, let that man go do his thing.
Yeah, I respect it.
All right,
but yeah, I also think it's interesting that they spent so much time avoiding Uncle Ben that now they're gonna go back and touch on Uncle Ben.
True. But the Marvel universe never really introduced Uncle Ben.
No, they like actively avoided it. They like actively avoided killing Uncle Ben, and then they're like, well, we're gonna do Spider-Man freshman year and show his first year as Spider-Man. It's like, oh, so we get to watch Uncle Ben die again
in animated form.
In animated form, you guys just spent all that time actively avoiding it. We don't need to see it again. We saw it.
And he's just gonna get shot up.
Yeah,
we do know.
We know what happens. Let that man
multiple times over. Let that man rest. Even a figment of our imagination can't get assassinated that many times. Relax.
It's like, bro, it's like Bruce and Martha Wayne, or not, it's like Thomas and Martha Wayne. Like, we don't need to see the scene. We know.
Punched in the face and the jewels snatched, and then they got shot. Both. We know.
We all know they died in the alley. We don't need to keep seeing it. Every fucking movie.
No more.
Leave them alone. Let them die.
Let them pass on to the next life. No more bloody pearls. I'm
yeah.
tired of it. Tired. I've seen it. It's sad. It breaks my heart every time. And I gotta cry.
Every time. Let Uncle Ben and the Waynes just let them lie. Let them be.
We need to start a petition for that. Just no more killings.
Yeah. Let them live. Let them die.
Yeah, I agree.
Every fucking time.
All right, man. So we got Hawkeye in 2 days. We'll definitely be on talking about that. Cannot wait. Super excited. What else do we got in the near future here?
Super pumped. We'll do Hawkeye, and then we've got fucking
we still got some time for Spider-Man. Maybe about a month, about 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks, maybe. December 17th, so less than that.
That is less than that. Jeez. That's right around the corner, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, well, we'll definitely be back before December 17th. That's a promise. All right, y'all. It's been another episode of Jump to Hyperspace with your two co-pilots. You know who it is, Jake and Ant. Make sure you like it, comment on what you think. What do you think about that Sony thingy? Is it bad that they released it? I mean, did they release it?
No.
Comment below what you think about
funny.
that shit with the three Spider-Man shit being released and then cut, and then all the hoopla about it. Hoopla, hippity hoopla.
All the hoopla.
I ain't hear words you said. And we will see y'all next time. Peace.
Goodbye.